right, guys, now if you've seen my first video, the first day I drove this thing, it was literally the first. I just unboxed it, grabbed the camera, threw the battery in it, and drove it. And never driving a tank this small. It's like a 20 scale, you know, maybe they call it 14th, but it's between 14th and 20th scale. It's nice and small. It's not too tiny though. Of course, it's larger than any of my, you know, it's bigger in size than my 1/18th RCs and stuff. It's just a tank, so it's a little bit different. You can look at the interior and get an idea how small. There's 4 seats in there. They're real little, but just an excellent RC. I love this thing. It's just slightly, it's about 3 inches shorter than my 12 scale Ripsaw tanks. I have 2 others. Now this is the exact same speed. Me and my nephew got the my larger Ripsaw tanks out, my 12 scale ones that came out several years ago, and put it up next to this thing, and they drove the exact same speed. And so it really made me like this one that much more, because I like it has a more scale details. It has a better scale look than any of my other 2 Ripsaw tanks. And the lights, the LEDs, I'll show it again. There, you just hit this little button right there, right above the power button. You don't have any other options on the controller, but great controller for this little tank though. It works great. Yeah, you got all kinds of different colors, and it switches modes. They're really cool. Just the coolest little light setup I've ever got on a ready to run. And it's just white right there. That's usually what I leave it on at nighttime. It's bright enough to see where you're going at night, so it is effective. But yeah, there's there, back to blue. Multiple little things it does, and it's really cool. And it has one blue LED that stays on all the time down inside the cab, and that looks really cool at nighttime. And it does have it's got LEDs back here. One strange thing I just noticed is it's got a light bar up here, so I don't know if there's going to be a version that's going to have LEDs up here too. This is a non-functioning LED. It doesn't have any LEDs in it. It's like the housing for LEDs, but it doesn't have anything inside. So I found that kind of strange. I just noticed it. So I don't know if they're planning on putting, like I said, maybe they got a pro model. They're putting LEDs in the back, you know, on it, or what they're planning on doing. It's very neat. And if you notice, I drove it down the same woods I drove it on the first video. With the first video, several times I had the tracks come off of it. But like any of my tanks, I got to discipline myself and not just gun it full on. And this one is a lot easier to go slow. The slow speed control is a heck of a lot easier to maintain on this tank than any of my other 2 Ripsaws. Those things just want to go wide open. Where this, it'll creep really easily. And it is just a 2S lithium-ion battery. But yeah, if you notice on the video, I was going slower than top speed is. Let me hold it up here. There's top speed, but I can just go slow really easy. It's a lot easier to maintain the throttle on it, is what I'm trying to say. And that makes it a whole lot better if you can discipline yourself with one of these. And I've practiced with it all week, every day, a little bit here and there, and I've gotten better at driving it. And it's a little bit different beast than my bigger tanks. My bigger tanks have a little bit more weight on them. Now this will do really good with some weights up front, some more weight. So I'm gonna do something about that. And that'll help it, instead of flip over backwards when it driving up over stuff, it'll help pull it up and go forward over things. So that'll really help a whole lot. But yeah, if you notice on the video, I drove it a whole lot better this time. This little thing just gets up and goes, you know, as long as you don't have it wide open when you're turning. I notice like on these leaves and these sticks, if I have it wide open, full throttle, and while I'm turning it too, it just a lot of times those sticks get up inside the treads. But if I watch what I'm doing, I'm careful, I can really it's pretty effective, and it ran just fine down here. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on the thing. If you guys like this video, hit that like button. Got any questions for me, hit me up in the comment section. And as always, guys, thank you for everything.